Hi guys, so today, I was walking through the city, and we got to play indoor golf for nearly an hour, like half an hour, and I was getting low, but then I got high hits, like on the ball, and then I ended up getting over like 88 or something. And it was really good. So I hope that I hope that next time I'll get better and probably even get better than my uncle. So that's next time I'll try a bit harder and and I kept on trying to hit the ball, but I didn't really hit it that hard. I need to try harder. Like it wasn't that good, but then I got better because I got taught. And whoever's watching this, you're awesome. Because anyway, next time I'll try a bit harder. And I need this video to get over 1.7k views. Anyway, so please feel free to please feel free to subscribe to my channel, and hope you guys have a good rest of your day. So I'll let you guys go, and hopefully I'll see you next week, because I need to go get my hair cut. I think I don't know what's happening with my haircut, but I think I'm gonna go get a haircut. So I'm gonna need to go. Is anyone even watching this? Oh wait, I've got a live thing on my channel. Is anyone watching this? Because I really feel like someone's not watching. You guys want me to stream a game or something? Because I can. I feel like something is in the background. Here we go, I'll live stream this.
LeBron, AD, right? Of course, those guys are getting minutes.
Come on.
It's going to be interesting to see how Frank Vogel plays.
How is it going to be
You've got Malik
interesting
Monk,
if
who
no
certainly
one's
deserves
gonna
minutes as a scorer coming off the bench. I think DeAndre Jordan
AD's going to
probably
be
back
out
out of
for
the
the
rotation.
next, like,
Probably back out of the
weeks.
rotation. There were enough bad moments from DeAndre Jordan tonight where I feel pretty comfortable saying that. In fact, if I had to cut someone in order to keep Isaiah Thomas, that's probably the cut that I'm making. It's probably DeAndre Jordan. So I would see Dwight Howard being in as either the starting center or perhaps the backup.
You cannot
I think we continue to see some of the small ball lineups, particularly with Ariza now available.
You can't do that.
That's what that's going to look like. Westbrook's going to get those minutes. Rondo, I don't think will. He wasn't expected to be an every night player when he came in. Then I think the Lakers go from there. Kendrick Nunn, who knows where he fits into the rotation. THT certainly will be getting minutes, but again, this is where I start to wonder if IT does stick, does that make the Lakers more likely to do a consolidation style trade where you trade 2, maybe 3 guys and you bring back 1? Maybe that's something that they would look at.
Come on, say something.
Somebody said cut DJ before they get off the plane. I don't think they're going to do that.
Cut
they
DJ.
need guys that are healthy they can put out on the floor right now.
How can you say cut DJ? That's just stupid.
Oh, somebody said if COVID escalates, will they go back to the bubble? No, I can say fairly certain they're not going to wind up going back into the bubble. Players did not like that. That was a big issue, and I can't see them going back and doing another bubble. In addition, they don't really have a place to do a bubble, right? Back then, when they did the bubble, a year and change ago, Disney World was just starting to reopen, but like that whole section of Disney World was still shut down. It's not anymore. Now that's open. So there isn't an obvious place for them to put another NBA bubble if they were to do that. I don't think that's a very likely outcome.
What is this? 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 Alright, now we're gonna go here and I'm gonna mute myself because I'm not meant to be doing a live stream on this app. Is anyone even watching this? I can live stream some stuff. Here we go. Live stream this. The hell was this?
It's disappointing that I'm not playing in it, but here we have it. The top 2 teams from OCE, Ground Zero and Cringe Society. I can't wait. I'm pumped. Jake, I know you're excited too, mate.
CJ, I'm very pumped to have you here. I think it's going to be an awesome cast, and I think the viewers are going to be pumped as well. looking at these teams. The major thing that pointed out to me by Ground Zero, where they want to win this. It's $70,000. Whoever wins this will take home the biggest prize pool in OC history for a single tournament, even regarding that season 6 fourth place run that was done by Torsos earlier.
I mean, yeah, it looks pretty exciting, Yummy, but at the same time, Cringe Society obviously do want to win as well. And for me, I have to come with an unbiased point of view. I know everyone at home, they're all thinking Ground Zero. This could be an easy 8-0. The casters, Gibbs, he probably doesn't even watch OCE, but he's predicted the 8-0. I have to think with the month off, I'm coming with the unbiased view, the Cringe Society, they're a red-hot chance here in this final. As Decker does open it up with the first goal of the RLCSX OCE Championships.
Yeah, and Decker's been really big for Cringe Society, and it's good to see him showing up already, not being too far back like we've sometimes seen, showing up to get the first goal here.
And it's huge for them. They need a great start. Cringe Society, they've been very consistent. They start off strong most of the time. Ground Zero, they are slow starters. They do struggle often in that first couple of games, maybe the first series of the day. So this is going to be Cringe Society's best chance to take them down.
You make a great point, and I think that if Cringe Society are going to get this win here in this best of 3, best of 7s here, it has to be this first series. Ground Zero, they do start slow, and I can see this going to 6 or 7 games, even if Ground Zero do take this one out.
Yeah, and honestly, like you're saying, CJ, it's been a month, and maybe the expectations have changed a bit. I was honestly expecting Ground Zero to come in super confident and maybe a bit complacent, but hearing the interview, Jim is so humble and probably a good impact on the guy.
What a
I
hit.
just think that there's a lot on the line here for Ground Zero. They said, Express said to me
This
that
guy's flying.
this season's a failure if they don't come out winning the majority of the prize pool. With $100,000 on the line, currently, Cringe Society are 40K behind. The difference would be made if Cringe Society win here, they would make as much as Ground Zero. If Ground Zero win, they make huge amounts of money, and Amphis popping off.
Have a look at the musty flick from Amphis, and none other than Express doing what he has done for the entire year on this side, getting the bump, playing that disruptor role. Ground Zero get that equalizer.
And we're seeing Ground Zero coming out as confident as ever. We talked about it. It's hard to get those demos, and Decker almost getting another chance. We're seeing a lot of ground play in this first opening match.
That's a good start, and Drippe actually trying to continue something here, but Decker gets bumped out of the way. They were looking for a counterattack, a very Cringe Society style where they defend and get it to the other end. A play that I think CJ would do them quite well against Ground Zero if they're a little bit off tune.
100%. And as we said, this first series is where they have to get him here. Evans does put the shot on Jules. Great little save there. But, I mean, it's got to be a close series. They've had a month off. At Cringe Society, you've got a month. All you have to do is prepare for one team, Yummy. It's different to any other tournament where you've got a few other teams that are in the mix. And, I mean, Jake, for you, if you have a month to prepare for one team, surely you can close that gap a little bit.
Yeah, I think as well, Ground Zero really struggled after the Christmas break in the season as well. So I think they're a team that really relies on their hard-working kind of style. I know Torsos, absolute grinder. So I think Cringe Society, like you're saying, certainly the format is favoring them.
Well, that's the funny thing as well, is that even when they are playing badly, they've still been able to get championships. They've won so many championships, 7 over the course of the last 2 splits. And in fact, in the last 2 splits, they only lost 2 in total. So they're actually incredibly ahead. If Ground Zero had not got a single point from that fall split, they still would have come out first seed. CJ, how'd you let them win every single one?
Yeah, look, just, full credit to Ground Zero. Just a great team, and really just nothing could be done. As another bump comes out, Torsos gets the dunk, putting Ground Zero in the lead. I mean, stop talking about me. We've got 2 teams here. I'm not here. Stop it. I'm getting sad.
I love this play from Ground Zero, though. Their bump game has been phenomenal. And in fact, Torsos is usually involved in these bumps. Torsos and Amphis. Torsos used to be a player who never, ever bumped. And now in RLCSX, he is the highest bumper on this pitch.
And look, CJ, we just can't help but bring you up, man, because I think it was this bumping that really stopped you guys from taking down Ground Zero, because honestly, I think every team has really struggled with it, and it's really unique to them.
Yeah, look, Ground Zero, you know, I joke about it, but they're a seriously strong side. We certainly we had some tough matchups against them. We were fortunate enough to get a couple of wins, and I think when you are beating Ground Zero, you have to play confident. I mean, if you just sit back, you've got players like Amphis. As we see with him, he just has no nerves at all. I don't know what's going on with the guy. He's a robot. He just doesn't care. Maybe money isn't a factor for him at the ripe age of 7 or however old he is. Just not fazed by the pressure, and that's pretty exciting to see.
Hey, it's great to see as well that both teams are playing pretty confidently overall. As there's another opening, another demo leads to the goal, and it is Ground Zero just plowing forward.
And another dribble off the back of Amphis as well, getting the demo as well. You don't normally see him getting the demo, so if he can bring that in as well, I think Ground Zero will be very threatening for Cringe Society.
What I love is that we have these two teams that have played together over and over again. 13-0 in terms of series wins to goes to Ground Zero, but there's so much room for those 5-6 weeks to make a huge difference. Especially for me, I want to see Jules have a huge impact here for Cringe Society. We know that he can pop off. CJ, you know that he can pop off as you used to team with him. Mm-hmm. And I don't really feel like we've seen that from him on the Cringe Society roster.
I mean, he can always pull a series out of nowhere where he can genuinely carry his team against any team in the world, and that's what they need. They need that. They need something special here, Cringe Society. They need a little bit of X factor. I know the NA and the EU casters, and I guess the people around the world, they're probably looking at Drippe as a player on Cringe Society to perhaps be popping off. But absolutely, but obviously Jules has that X factor that perhaps a lot of people haven't quite seen yet. There's always something that can come out here. But in that first game, Jake, I mean, Ground Zero, this is worrying for Cringe Society, because if Ground Zero can start as strongly as they have here with 10 shots to 3, it is worrying for the rest of these series.
Well, I think whenever Amphis is playing well, just no one stands a chance against Ground Zero. And Amphis having a big first game, he's also shown that, you know, when he starts a series, he generally keeps it up as well. So Cringe Society, like you guys have been saying, I think it's really up to the players like Jules or Drippe to step up.
It is really scary as well, because we obviously talked about Cringe Society's greatest hope is the fact that they have had all this time to prepare. But during this 5-6 weeks, as Gibbs was saying, they didn't really have many scrim opponents. You know, everybody is either changing teams or getting ready for IWO, and they haven't had that same quality of practice that they would have had throughout the regular season.
I mean, it has certainly been tough for them, but I guess it's what you've got to do. You know, they were both these teams are in the same situation. They haven't quite had the practice that we would perhaps had in the regular season. But I mean, for me, we didn't really talk about our predictions later on. It's hard to say after Ground Zero won the first game, but you know, I put Amphis in the top 15 players in the world. I think that if he pops off this team, that's when they could be world beaters, this Ground Zero team. They could take it up to any of the international teams. So to see him already hitting musty flicks in game 1 of this series, that is scary for Cringe Society.
Yeah, I mean, he is the best player when they're playing the best, or you know, when he's at his best. He's had a bit of a rough 2021, especially at the start, because I think school really picked up for him, as well as soccer, or football, as the Europeans would say. And that really affected his chance to practice.
Well, CJ, we had our predictions. You didn't get the chance with those percentages. I think I got 90. I don't remember exactly what you got, Yami, but what would you put?
I was originally going to do 90, and I think you snaked it, so I went to 95 or something like that. I think that might even be somewhat unfair, but you can't go against the fact that even in games, Ground Zero have 3 times as many game wins as Cringe Society, and they've only gone to the final game, I think, once or twice in the 13 series that they've played, both in RLCS and in the RLO Masters.
It is a pretty crazy statistic. Now for me. All right.
Well,
Listen here, Yummy, all right? You just let me take the reins for a second because I've been being able to get my prediction out. Now, listen, if this was played straight after the last major, this is 100% for Ground Zero. I'm going to give Korean Society 5% purely for the month that we've had in between because that is the...
Bold
there was
prediction
no
now
way
that
they
there's
were
one
beating them.
game in the win as well.
Yeah, well, 100. Yeah, I guess it makes me a little bit more
Generous
confident now
5%
that
as well.
5%. That's all I'm giving them.
Yeah, that's fair. I think the problem is that these guys, this is the team that Cringe Society are the team that won RLCS Season 9. It took them a long time to get back together, but Jules and Deca were so dominant. They were the two best players in OCE Express. What was that?
Express of today of all days. Today, when OCE for once shouldn't be a meme. He has own gold in true regional fashion. Oh my goodness. What a first goal for Cringe Society. Express, please.
Oh, just a beautiful redirect from Jules. You can't stop those from going.
Oh no. Please no more of that, especially from Express. A Drippe underneath. Torsos pre-jumped over the top.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this is the best defense from Tors. Clearly didn't see the ground pinch coming or expected some sort of top corner pinch shot out of nowhere, but Drip does get the one underneath. This is a handy 2-goal lead for Korean Society here, and they have to hold this. They have to.
Honestly, I'm impressed Torsos somehow missed that, honestly. He did a great job, obviously, respecting Drippe. And again, another one going in from Deca. Cringe Society trying to show they're a bit more than 5%.
Yeah, big clear from Deca all the way down. Ground Zero do get caught out sometimes, pushing too far up, and that leads into the counter-attack playstyle that Cringe Society like to play.
It is good to see Torsos still having a little bit of a smile, though. He's clearly enjoying himself here. I mean, again, there is a lot of money on the line, but just what a great opportunity to showcase what sort of talent is coming out of the OCE region. We've got a lot of people here watching, a lot of eyes on the region, and Express's own goal. It didn't do, it didn't do wonders for the region so far. So now it's going to be up to them to really showcase something else other than an own goal.
And for those at home who talk a lot about Drippe, he has been the highest goal scorer and assister in Fall Split and highest goal scorer in the Winter Split. And he only got into number 3 in both goals, in the final split. But he has still been such a major force for this team, and we're starting to see it in this game.
You just see it from Drippe where he just finds these angles and just absolutely smashes it into the top corner. Like we saw before, Torsos just respecting him so much, but you have to against Drippe. He's really so unique in the region at just finding those amazing shots.
He also has managed to step up a lot more in the forward half. I think when Cringe Society have struggled, they've had Drippe sort of in that third man stuck there. That's not where he's his best, in my opinion. He's best when he's got the chance to shoot, as you said. And, well, it looks like he is getting a bit more aggressive time, except Deca fortunately touched that away from him.
Jules now takes this up on the wall, and I just think this is what Cringe Society do best. I know that Kami, not sure if you've heard of him, one of those plays in OCE. He calls Cringe Society just very, very boring, very default sort of team. But this is what they do so well. They get that little lead, Jake, and they're just able to hold it in. They're just able to just keep that ball in Ground Zero's half. They're not overcommitting, and they're just trying to lock down that win. They don't really worry about scoring another goal.
Yeah, they've always had very low-scoring games, which me and Yummy have been pretty critical of all season. But at the same time, like you're saying, CJ, that their defense is honestly the best in the region when they do have those leads to hold on to.
To be fair, though, they have got a lot more aggressive in the spring split, and that, I think, is what led them to even making it here by taking that major victory over the Renegades in Game 7, a really tight one. And so that's the sign of greatness. It always goes in there. It wouldn't have mattered, as the ball is going to go hit the ground, and Cringe Society have tied it up.
Huge game here for Cringe Society. It's one they needed as well, and I think for them, they really just caught out. Well, obviously the own goal didn't help. Let's not beat around the bush here. The own goal to open up game number 2 here didn't quite go to plan for Ground Zero. But the way that Cringe's side were able to apply the pressure, they didn't just get that one goal, they kept pushing for more and were able to create a few solo play opportunities as well. That was pretty impressive. So a strong game, and to shut out Ground Zero in any game is, it's huge.
Honestly, to look at Ground Zero, though, they were missing the things that got them the goals in the first game. We didn't see any demos. We didn't really see as many dribble plays coming out of them either. It was really Cringe Society kind of forcing the game into that quote-unquote kind of boring style of just rotations and getting the goals in.
Well, Cringe Society have now equalized, and I know a few people out there were predicting an 8-0 for Ground Zero. This is exactly what we were talking about when it comes to the chance for Cringe Society to win. If they just continue reeling Ground Zero into that defensive half, and if they're able to stave off that attack, then they will be scoring goals at the other end. They had equal shots, but Cringe Society 3-0.
And I mean, everyone predicting the 8-0, the 4-0-4-0 sweep, the first one of the championships. Well, unfortunately, you're just wrong. That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I think the overall.
How long has this stream been going on for? How long has this stream been going on for? How long has this stream been going on for? 26 minutes. How long has this stream been going on for? 26 minutes. How long has this stream been going on for? 26 minutes. How long has this stream been going on for? 26 minutes. How long has this stream been going on for? 26 minutes. How long has this stream been? Yeah, I don't really go live much, but
rises in the mid-range, but not the best shot with all that time left on the clock. Curry can make him pay. 3 at the horn. Saved by 0. The Clippers are 24-20 at the end of the first quarter.
Handed the keys over.
Rises in the mid-range, but not the best shot with all that time left on the clock. Curry can make him pay. 3 at the horn. Saved by 0. The Clippers are 24-20 at the end of the first quarter.
Handed the keys over, so to speak.
His original catch and shoot position, he did that.
Caruso across.
On Jordan and a foul. Oh, and the flex. Go ahead, AC. I see you. The mismatch. DJ guarding Caruso picks up the foul. 3-point opportunity.
So the Lakers could use a big game from Wayne Ellington.
Keeps his eyes on the rim. Young players. Watch. AC right there. All the way downhill that time. Boots switched out, slow on the closeout.
James on DeMar. DeRozan is blocked by James. Caruso's got it. 5 to shoot. Here's Lonzo. No. And an offensive rebound, Javante. We're in the Movado last minute of tonight's game, and DeRozan hits. Bulls lead.
To the Lakers, and they almost kicked it in the basket.
Lonzo, that would have been his 4th 3. Little battle under the boards between Caruso and Anthony. Lakers and IT got it! Isaiah for 3.
Kane dribbled right up to DeRozan and just elevated for the triple.
7 for 17 from downtown. Count if it goes for DeRozan.
Picks up the foul. Another look at Isaiah, just right into DeRozan and then elevating, knock it down.
had to crowd it in there for your dumbass play style. Good steal. Get that back, Kobe. Yes, sir. No fucking shots. Bring it, Clay. Holy shit, man.
Alright, we're not going live just yet, but I'm gonna do it like maybe 5 minutes or so. Whoever's watching this, please stay on. Someone's gotta stay on. I started this stream like half an hour ago. And it hasn't gotten any views. It's probably because I have a bad channel. Alright, I'm gonna end this stream. Alright, we're ending this stream in 3, 2, 1. Bye bye, everybody. See you next time.